Welcome friends, I am Urmila Durgude and in our drawing class of standard 5th, lesson number 2, this second lesson, landscapes. We already learned much more concepts about landscapes and the three main concepts we have to revise many times. That about the three types of grounds. Which are they? Background, middle ground, and then the last one is foreground. We learned these three grounds already. Now we know that this background is here, very far from us, is from the middle distance, and the foreground is very near to us. So these are the three parts of any landscape. We learned it already. So depends upon this concept. We have given here one coloring activity. So let's try this. Friends, see here, foreground, middle ground, background, the same picture. So we have to find out foreground this much, then middle ground this much, and the background is this much. We have to decide that portion. So let's try. This much let's consider as a foreground near to us. So give the dark colors here, apply dark colors, bright intensity here. This is a big tree. This form is bigger to us, means bigger means near to us. So start from green, no problem. This one is green. Try to do this little dark. Okay, here are leaves. The portion is round, so I am trying this. Okay. Now take one more dark shade. Okay, now come to the grass. Friends, we consider this much portion as a foreground near to us. Now come to the next portion, which is middle ground. In middle ground we have here one tree. add a little orange. See friends, we consider this much portion as middle ground. Here in foreground we give bright and dark shades, and the middle ground less dark shades we tried here. Now come to the background. Here give little bright shade. So very less brightness, less intensity here. Clarity also less. This portion is little near to us, so apply little dark. As we go far, intensity decreases always, and clarity also this way. We complete this activity. Now watch the three pictures carefully. Here the outlines are very clear, dark outlines and dark color, dark brightness, and the whole forms are clear to us. How much water portion, then leafy portion, then the clear outline of this form means tree, and in middle background we see here in this ground where is grass, where is ground, or how was the trees, we cannot consider clearly because these middle forms are less clear than the foreground. Now come to the background. Background is very far from us, so give there which one shades that which are very faint, not so bright, not so dark, that shades are we used here. Now this activity I completed in my point of view. You also try this, but give your own choice. Crayons or pastels, no problem. I have here crayons, I use them. You can change the shades also, colors also, but the darkness in the foreground is as it is, and in the middle ground and in the background. So this intensity must be followed. Shades may be changes, don't have any problem. Understand? Now turn the page. Indian miniature paintings. So this type of paintings means what type of paintings? What is miniature? Mini means small. Miniature paintings means small paintings, very small paintings. These are all handmade paintings. So what is written here? Let's read. Miniature paintings are beautiful handmade paintings. Means these are very beautiful paintings, and handmade means by hand it is done. they are very colorful and detailed. So many colors are applied here and very detailedness here. Horses legs, then eyes, ears, designs, dress design, all these things are very clearly done. So detailedness is in Indian miniature paintings developed under the patronage of Indian rulers. What is patronage? Patronage means support of any power. And who had power that time? The Indian rulers, means kings have power that time. When they support the artist can develop his painting style. That's why individually we cannot do anything. We do, but that is not long way going on. That's why we need a support of any power. And in old age, Indian rulers are interested in paintings and they give the patronage to our Indian painters, and that's why they develop their painting style. They did their paintings carefully, nicely done, very detailedness and colorful paintings. And these paintings are small in size, that's why called as miniature paintings. See here, the paintings depicted the course of the rulers. Paintings depicted means indicated, suggested, depends on, means the subjects are depends, depicted, indicates which subject about the course of rulers, means king's courts, then their hunting expeditions means what? Hunting programs, hunting situations, events we can call it. Expedition means events, programs. They arrange the always hunting programs and going together for hunting. Scenes from battles and scenes from the mythological stories. Battles means they fought with near emperors or rulers, and that's why these battles are always be seen in our history. So these scenes are also very memorable. That's why the painting depend on the battles. And here also mythological stories means imaginary stories are. These stories are false, not truly done. So these are the subjects of miniature paintings. Okay. Now look at the Indian miniature painting given below, means this picture. Observe where the horizon line is placed. This one is the horizon line. See, this is the horizon. Horizon means what? Where we can see the sky touched our ground. In reality, it's not happened, but we can feel like the sky touch the ground. So this is horizon line, almost at the border of the painting. This is the border of the painting. So it is almost upper side, means many portion is covered with middle ground and foreground. Background is very small one here. Friends, see the page number 30. Label the foreground, middle ground and background on the left side in the given miniature painting, means this painting. So we have to find out how much portion indicates as foreground, how much as middle, and how much portion as a background. So we have to indicate the portion, means we have to participate these three type of grounds. For that we need a pen. Suppose this much portion, we can indicate as foreground. This must push. Okay, now see this, where the horizon we found, this must portion have a middle one. Okay, and the remaining portion is known as background. You know that. Okay, this is background. So observe this painting. Observe this painting. Observe the painting and write. This is one more small activity. Foreground, middle ground and background is given there, and two columns are here. Color the objects, color of the objects and detailing of the objects. So talk about foreground's color, talk about foreground detailness, talk about middle ground color of the object, and talk about middle ground detailing of that objects, and talk about background objects colors, talk about background object detailness. Okay, so we have to write it here by observing this painting. So we know obviously the detailness is much more in foreground as compared to the other two ground. Okay, here first of all talk about the color of the objects. Foreground, in the foreground these are all objects. Some horses are there, some peoples, then rulers, and this one is one more figure. Some peoples are here also in the corner. Trees are there, birds, then grass, rocks, stones. A big ground is seen here. Smaller and smaller activities of birds we can seen here easily. That's why color of the object means beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. How are the colors? Beautiful, then bright. And high intensity. High intensity. And now middle ground colors. So this is the middle ground. So these colors are also beautiful but less than the foreground. So less brightness we can write here, less bright, and intensity. Here is yes or C, I confused intensity. Then the foreground. Very less brightness. And color intensity. COLOUR, color intensity. Okay, here we can write detailing of the objects. Check this spelling, I think here S. Detailing of the objects. चलो So what we can say about the detailedness of the objects in these three different grounds. So detailedness in foreground, we can see clear figures, clear outlines. Okay, then detail smaller and smaller things, we can also see the smaller and smaller things, we can see clearly grass like this. So clear outlines of small objects also. Then less clear, less clarity, and very less clarity. Means what? We cannot understand the outline of these objects. Some cloudy portion is drawn here, but where one cloud and the second one starts, we cannot imagine in the background. That's why the clarity of outlines we cannot find here in background. And in middle ground, some objects are clear to us, some not. So which tree is front and which is back, how many trees are there, we cannot see it clearly. Means this portion is also not seen clearly. Some taller portion we can imagine, like small hills are there. Means this is imagination. But here we can find, we can indicate, we can talk about the clear figures, clear forms. Means these are horses, these are peoples, ladies, gents, their dresses. We can talk clearly about the objects in the foreground. We cannot talk clearly about the objects in the middle ground, and in the background we even don't find out the outlines. So how can we talk about them? So this is the difference between the foreground, middle ground, backgrounds, colors and objects. So I think this activity is clear to you about the brightness and intensity and clarity. You can understand it well. So remember these three backgrounds always. In miniature painting, background is very small, middle one also very small, but the foreground is seen in details. This is the main thing in miniature paintings. So there looks like beautiful. Here write a short story on this page. So this is also miniature painting of the olden age here. Now at that time many types of pictures are done in many subjects. We learned it about. See, these are some animals, some stones are there, some bushes are here, watery portion, nice flowers are inside. Some animals are very far away and they are running. Here two peoples hide behind this bush. Here also we can think that they are soldiers or thieves. We can be 1, 2, 3, 4, one army So these peoples are, so we can imagine these peoples as thieves, as soldiers, as hunters also. They they want to do hunting here, or any other people's, and this one army. So you can imagine which are they, or you can take help of your grandparents or your parents, aunt, auntie, friends. So talk about this miniature painting, and then imagine a nice story about this picture. In that story must include these people behind the bush, then about the animal and the big foreground here, and this army also. So here you have a given place. So do this activity on your own basis. If you cannot done, then I will help you. In this way, today's lecture we finished here. So goodbye and good day. Take care.